Hey guys, it's about 4:30 a.m. Uh, Friday, August 18th. Uh, I woke up at 4 because I guess I had a bad dream, but I usually wake up at 5:30, so it's not that big of a deal. And when I wake up at 5:30, I kind of snooze for another hour, so it's even more not a big deal because I'll just go back to bed after this. But I need to get something off my chest. Uh, that video with me saying that I'm starting therapy, uh, I guess the way it came off is that uh, I was sad or upset for losing a girl, and that is part of it. But there was something a lot deeper that really hurt me. Is that So this girl, we started out as being best friends. We didn't start out that way, but like it's my mistake. I was like trying to be her friend and work my way into being her boyfriend. So we had like a weird relationship. The important thing here is that she's black and like grew up in Brooklyn and uh yeah, so like Black Lives Matter thing was like really big with her and like uh all of that. So yeah, so we were really close and like I hung out with their family and stuff. But then we started talking about race and I disagreed with something I didn't like. She felt entitled about stuff. So she was telling me that uh, like I'm Italian, and she was saying that she met my family at my nephew's birthday, that she didn't like my grandmother because she felt my grandmother should have apologized for not helping her ancestors out of slavery because Italians used to be slaves so they know how it felt, and she was mad at my grandmother for that. And I didn't like the like entitled attitude or that like my grandmother had nothing to do with like enslaving black people, and it's stuff with like this girl's like ancestors. So like I didn't understand why she's mad at my grandmother and didn't like my grandmother because of that. Not only didn't I understand it, I didn't like it. And so like I tried like having a conversation about it and telling her, but she just like called me racist and shut me out and ended the friendship because of that. So I'm not racist because I think that because I don't agree with certain ideas or beliefs that other races have. And I'm not even racist if I don't think black people are the same as white people. And I'm not saying that I don't think they should be treated equally and fairly. I think everyone should be treated equally and fairly, but I don't think everyone is the same. And I guess what I'm saying is that I think like obviously like different races are better at certain things than others. Uh, like Chinese people are like generally better at math. Black people are generally better at sports, and so that's my thought with not being the same. Uh, and I think this is the same with women, and I don't think that makes me sexist to think that women aren't the same as men, because like men are better at arm wrestling than women and stuff like that. And again, this isn't to say that people shouldn't be treated equally and fairly. It's just me saying that people aren't the same. So yeah, so the big thing behind that is that I thought like I was I was trying to help her and her family by telling her this stuff because I didn't want her to get hurt. And she called me racist and left the friendship. So since that happened, and this is like, I don't know, like a year ago, a year and a half ago that this happened, like it turned me off from talking to black people even more. Like I could be like surface level friends with them and say like, hey, what's up, how are you doing, and like talk about families and stuff, but I can't like talk about like any of the race stuff that's going on or my thoughts or anything like that. So I guess in a way it feels more segregated because I can't talk about my opinions and stuff. But it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. I mean, like, obviously, it would be good for. So, the reason I'm saying this is because, like, my neighbors are black and there's black people, like, all around where I live. So, my immediate neighbor next to me, we share a driveway, like a single lane driveway, and she parks behind me, so I have to knock on her door and stuff. Uh, Whenever I need to leave. So like I'm friendly to her, and she's like a single mom with three kids, and I'm nice to them. Her kids really like me, and her brother likes me, and all that. But I'm afraid to like talk about like stuff because I don't want to be called racist. But like another thing that I don't like is like uh, not all black people, but uh, some black people, like the extreme Black Lives Matter black people, like saying that, uh, like pointing out that white people steal stuff from black people. Like, uh, one of my friends said that a black girl posted on Facebook how a white girl was wearing a weave in her hair, and she was like making fun of her for that. And then I see like how so my ex-friend's sister is like really an extreme Black Lives Matter person. Sees like uh, white people stole like music from black people, and like I don't like the entitled attitude that they feel that not all of them, again, like I have to be careful with my words, but not everyone, but she feels that white people, that she's entitled to like some type of like monetary or emotional compensation from me because I had nothing to do with, like, I had nothing to do with stealing music or stuff. And like, all right, this is a cryptocurrency channel. Like, all these cryptocurrencies came from Bitcoin. Ideas just get shared and moved around all the time. It's not that big of a deal. But the big thing is that I was trying to help. I was honestly trying to help, and I get called racist, and that like they don't want my help or want me around or anything. So I lost my best friend, but I'm not racist. And this is another thing I want to bring up. People have different definitions of racism too. So uh, I didn't like research before this, but like my definition of racism is uh, my definition of racism is discriminating against someone based on their color of their skin. And I don't do that. I discriminate against someone based on their character. And I don't even say that I discriminate against them. I just, people who don't have, I don't want to say good character, but people who don't have character that I believe in, I don't want in my lives just because it causes conflict. Uh, so, for instance, uh, like someone, anyone, no matter what the color of their skin, has an entitled attitude. I don't want them in my life. Um, but other, but there's like different definitions of racism, which I'll be right back so I can actually read them from my phone. So there's like a ton of complex and complicated definitions of racism that I just don't feel like picking apart at 5:30 in the morning. Well, 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'm not gonna get into all that in this video. I wish I didn't have to get into it at all, but it's affecting me, so I have to at some point. Um, One of the things I was looking at on my phone though was exposure all weird. Like one example of racism is that if a black person walks into an all-white neighborhood and goes to an all-white bar, he won't feel comfortable, and that's a form of white racism. It's not. It's like our natural human behavior to feel uncomfortable in situations that we aren't sure about, like situations where it's like our first time being in them. Like with my ex-black friend, I went with her and her family for New Year's. I think it was 2016. uh, I went with her, her mom, and her cousin to meet with her sister in somewhere in Brooklyn for a New Year's party. And I was the only stereotypical white person there. It was it was like at a house that was like all worn down. I guess like the backyard was a disaster. I think there was like a tornado or something came through like years ago, or maybe it was Hurricane Sandy. I forget. I don't know, but and the house was completely empty, like it was, uh, like no one was living there. I don't know, but so I was the only stereotypical like white person there. There was another white guy there who was more like the uh, I don't want to say like Eminem type guy, but he was more like a white guy that was trying to fit in with black people. So he acted like a black person, and everyone, like all the black guys there, just made fun of him, and he just got like real drunk and started like whipping his penis out in front of like my friend and uh, the couple girls that were there. Uh, it was like really scary for me because I didn't know like usually like I would wear like jewelry and stuff. I didn't wear any of that there because I didn't know what to expect. Uh, and so at one point, uh, like I'm sitting around on the couch, I didn't, uh, I think it was on the couch or something, and this one guy was, this one guy calls me into the bedroom, and he like asked me for $1 because he really needed $1, and then he like asked me for a cigarette, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, man, sure. And I'm like, all right, what is this about? Like, and he just kept like talking to me and had me in the bedroom. So then, like later in the night, like my friend comes over and she tells me like, oh, what was he saying to you in there? And and I'm like, oh, I don't know. He just wanted a cigarette, and he needed $1 for something. And she's like, oh, you know what he was doing? He was trying to keep you. Oh, and he also asked me if I was her boyfriend. And I told him, like, no, we're just friends, but hopefully something happens. But, so she told me what he was doing was trying to keep me in the room so that his friend could hit on her and all that. So, I don't remember where I was going with that or what my point was, but uh, so then, like at night, uh, like I didn't know where to sleep or anything, and so like my friend sleeps on the couch, so I sleep like next to her, and like she's on like the side of the couch that has like the backrest on it, and I'm on like the end of the couch, and like I have like my arm around her and holding into the couch cushions so I don't fall off. And then like I remember waking up in the middle of the night and that white guy that like was trying to be act like a black guy, he like whips his dick out and right next to my friend's head. And then her sister was sleeping on like the couch next to us, and she like wakes up and she's like, get the fuck out of here. And then he like wanders off to like somewhere else. But like, and then another thing, like they blasted music like all night, so like the whole 2.5 days I was there, I didn't really sleep, and I was in like this whole new like town that I didn't know anything about, and I thought I was only staying there for like one day, so I didn't bring like extra clothes. I don't think I brought my toothbrush or like anything, so I'm like already uncomfortable, like not being able to like be clean, not even being able to like just go out somewhere and feed myself because she's telling me that I have to be careful where I am because uh, like black people will like try to start a fight with me and stuff. So I'm like not comfortable there. But like that none of that's racism. Like, because I was uncomfortable in that situation doesn't make it like racist. That, like, the argument saying that a black guy can't walk into an all white neighborhood and feel comfortable, like I can't walk into an all black neighborhood and feel comfortable either. But that's this end of this video. Hopefully this doesn't cause like a big scene when I post this. I don't know. It's just like, it sucks losing a best friend. Like, someone, like, we were, I really was trying to be the best person I could to her because I wanted her in my life forever. Like, I don't have anyone, and I needed her. So it sucks. But okay, bye.